Good morning, traders. This is Marco. We have Friday, the 14th of October, and there's another bar by bar. We can just start with it because at 7:30 there was a news event. You can see it in this blue box, and around news I'm always staying around any trades just to be sure, because volatility can pick up very high and dramatically. So as you can see, there was some channel working lower here, break, then there is this news event, and now we have prices going higher. From the overnight price action I can see a range with a touch here and touch to the low side. So we can see how this develops now. It's a very strong uptrend. You can see this bull bars following to each other. This is a sign of a very strong bullish behavior. There's a shorter term channel working lower now with a break and new low, but there's no setup here. I would like to see a better bar here above the EMA to take a long, and this is congestion. So right now we're leaving the range to the top side and correcting here a bit. As you know from previous videos, most breakouts fail. So we are testing the breakout of this range. Here was the breakout, breaking to the top side and coming back a bit now. Can draw a little channel working here. There's a lower high, but it's congestion, and you can see how price is stacking up here now at the breakout area, and prices will decide where to go. If this breakout was like predicting a new trend, or if it was just a breakout, a failed breakout out of range, and it looks that it was a failed breakout out of the range. Maybe there is some bigger channel working lower here. You can see this high a touch here. The low side is also touched here. There's not a real touch here, but this can count as a confirmation. And now we are approaching the channel line, and we're even breaking it. Can draw some channel. A second entry short would be nice here, but we are going above the EMA and coming below directly without any setup. And maybe there is some slight bigger channel here like this, because then we have this touch here, this touch here, this touch here, and to the low side it's also fitting very well. And according to this, that would be the first break out of this channel. I will make it a bit bigger because hard to see for you, I think. Yeah, so we have the break out of this channel here. I'm coloring this up. And a bounce off the range high, but there's no setup because I would like to see a lower high here. And this is an inside bar of this bullish bar, so we have to skip this. This would be interesting, but this bar is pretty big. You can see, I mean, most probably from the size of this bar you cannot see, but if you look at it, this bar has 26 ticks because the volatility is just crazy right now. And yeah, a lower high with a smaller bar is worth to take it, but with 26 ticks, I think you just stay out of it. It's not worth it. With this crazy volatility, we are looking for low risk setups. Means the setup bars should be smaller a bit at least. Trending lower, and we made a new low of this channel here. Can even maybe draw some shorter term channel, break new low, so you can see that this one played out, and we're going sideways here a bit, trending higher. Always draw your channels. This is very important. You should know this by now already. Maybe something like this. No, maybe. And we're moving back and forth between this range high here, this range resistance. But I don't see any setup. Now we have a potential overshoot. If you keep the channel like this, there could be an overshoot here. If you extend it a bit so that this high here is fitting inside, maybe if you want, this is also fitting, but by here we should have an overshoot. So right now I would not look for any more longs, because after an overshoot many times we see a break of the channel, which happened in this bar here, and we're going strongly down. We're pushing or even slicing the EMA with strong bearish bars without even retesting, and that's very typical for overshoots. You can see here, this is a lower high, but it's right into the lows here, so you don't know if maybe prices bounce above the EMA to make another retest. The situation is not very clear here, and this bar also has 21 ticks, so not sure if you consider this. I would skip it because of the reasons that I just told. We have a channel working lower here. You can see it, the shorter term channel. Maybe we can extend it a bit. Maybe it's a bigger structure. First potential break, but we are not touching the EMA. That shows us that this move is very bearish, because when prices cannot even come back to the EMA to touch or to test the EMA, that always indicates a strong bearish momentum. So yeah, our bias is to the short side right now. We're looking for shorts, and yeah, you can see prices are trending lower. There's no setup here. We would like to see a touch of the EMA, second entry short, or some lower high, or some kind of failure. But this far away from the EMA, at any moment it can snap back, like here. So you never know, and I like to play it safe. So this channel here broke, and we made a new low. We're still in this range here, and prices go sideways now. Can see a new low here, first entry, second entry short right off the EMA. The problem is just this channel here broke, made a new low. So technically from here I'm careful with taking more shorts, because this channel played out and we could like reverse a bit. But if you're risky, you can take the second entry short and lower high right off the EMA. The bar for this condition is only 12 ticks, so it's worth to take if you like it. I think I would skip, because we made a new low here already, and yeah, when this is the case, I'm always waiting for bigger structures or for new situations, because I don't know what's going on, and whenever I don't know, I will just wait and see how this plays out. Some shorter term channel working higher. Oh, we potentially have a failed breakout out of the range. The only thing I don't like is this strong bullish bar, and we make a new high here. We're also inside the shorter term channel, but usually I like to take a failed breakout here with this bar, if this bar was not that aggressive. So because most breakouts fail in the first attempt, but we're inside the shorter term channel, so I will skip this. Of course it would have worked. This is always like this. or many times at least. But I can see some channel working lower. Something like this, or maybe, yeah, like this. We're back inside the range. Once we touch here, we like to see a touch of the other side. And there is a lower high forming. This is a setup I like. Because we're inside the shorter term channel, first break. We have a very nice bearish bar. The bar is not that big. It has 13 ticks. It's a lower high. And as I said, I would like to see a test of the prices of the lower range. So this is a setup that I like. And it works. Bounce of this range support. There's a higher low here, but the context right now is to the downside because we entered the range with a downtrend and staying inside the range. So in most cases we leave the range to the downside, and I like to take shorts in this kind of scenario. I'm just waiting now and see what's going on. Touching the range highs again, increasing. We're in a range. This is the bigger range and this is a smaller range now. Coloring this for you. Yeah, you can draw this shorter term channel here, break, new high, and we are going to the other side again. There's a lower high here now. This is interesting, but it's entering a short directly inside the middle of the range, and I don't like to take trades in the middle of the range. If this bar was a bit smaller, because this has again 22 ticks, then you can take an aggressive trade here. You can risk this, but with this with this size of a bar and its congestion here, you can see 3 or more bars are stacked up. I'll just skip this. Wow, and look at this. Look at this huge bar, 54 ticks. What time is this? It's 9 o'clock, and there was a news event at 9. You can see here the consumer sentiment, and it seems that market absolutely doesn't like this news. Oh my god, that's crazy. This is a very strong bearish momentum here. Yeah, pity that we didn't take this trade here, because that would be a huge runner and trade now. But you know, exactly because of these reasons, if you take this short and it's going to the upside, short before this news event, this is like 3 minutes before the news, you get stopped out directly, and this hurts. With 22 ticks, stop, that really hurts. We're touching now this range support, this range low from the overnight. You can see here, so we touch it here now, testing this, but we're going lower. No setup here, because we are far below the EMA, and when this is the case, we just wait. There's some positive momentum, and you can see also there's some support coming here. So this is a new low, first entry short, second entry short. You can also take this as a higher low, but with this strong bearish momentum, I don't look for any long. So if this was more a neutral range day, you can consider this higher low here, or even this, just for a scalp back to the EMA. But with this strong momentum here, I measure this leg. Maybe this is like some potential target here. I skip the long. So maybe there's a channel working higher even. Okay. Maybe like this. I'm not drawing it very accurate. Okay. That could be a break here, then 2 legs to a new high. So I'm not sure if this channel played out already. But yeah, right now I want to see direction of the EMA. And these are 4 bearish bars, and we're slicing again through the EMA. There's no support, so no, we are not looking for any longs right now. And you can see there is some little support forming. First I draw this channel here, break, new low, and there is some little support coming up like this. Make a new low here, first test, second test. So yeah, as I said, if you are aggressive, the same situation is here. You can consider the long here. I don't know, maybe like this. But this is so congestive, and it's so close to the EMA. I'm not sure. I think I will remove this because yeah, the bias is down here. We have this strong move, this strong move. So it would have worked out, but you never know this. If you go long here and it's touching the EMA and coming back, then you most probably get stopped out. So just play it safe. Then this is the better way, obviously. Oh, this support is pretty strong, but prices cannot go above the EMA. And we're going lower from here. So maybe it's time to look for a bigger structure. Like this. Maybe like this. Not sure if this is the first break then already. We can see. And maybe this is even a target here. There's no short setup here. Made a new high. We're going to the support, congestion. We stay out of congestion, so nothing we can take. Drawing a shorter term channel here. Break. Pull back to the EMA. Some second entry short would be nice. No, we're not even coming to the EMA, so this is a very strong downtrend. You see, we are not touching the EMA. That's a strong sign that bears are very, very strong right now. So nothing we can take. It's going lower here. There's some support maybe. Some little range. This is now congestion, so we are not risking this. Some lower high close to the range high here, resistance, range resistance, that I would like to see, but with this setup, I don't trust this. In the middle of the range is always risky, so better stay out of this. Okay. And we're going, we're going lower from here. Maybe I can increase the channel. I like the midline. It's being respected here. Also here. Okay, can scroll a bit because we are always focusing on setups close to the key entry point. And key entry point are channel lines, support or resistance, or the EMA. These are key entry points. And we wait for prices to go there and give us some second entries or lower highs to take a trade. But right now there's nothing. We're going lower from here. You were writing that you like this shorter term channels. So this is a shorter term channel, can be even tighter like this. Break, new low, so this channel played out. Going higher here. This is another range, you can see this. Maybe this channel deserves some color. Let's give it a gray. And in ranges, you like to take trades only at the highs or lows at the range, back inside the range. But this is a strong bear downtrend. And yeah, we focus on shorts then, not longs in this kind of ranges. Okay, interesting now. We're touching this channel line, see direction, and we're breaking out of it. You can see the strong bull bar, continuation, coming back. Okay, and this is interesting because, let me draw the channel. This is a shorter term uptrend channel. We are making a break of this here, break, new low. If this was a bullish bar, I could consider this as a second entry long and higher low if you say that this was a break of the trend channel. So if this was a break, we have a couple legs to a new low, but with this bar and it's congestive, I just skip this. Even though we have the shorter term channel working higher and no retest of the highs yet. So yeah, we're retesting the highs, but as I said before, this is no setup. The bar is simply too bad and the context is down. So okay, and maybe there is another range here. It's crazy how many ranges there are. If you consider this, it's working higher, breaking, retesting the highs, and this is a lower high, but it's congestive. So I can understand if you don't like this, because like 3 or more bars are stacked up, but we are far away from the EMA, and there is some support here, some resistance, excuse me, from the range, and this is a lower high. Also new low here, first entry, second entry. Hard to say, really. Hard to say. There's no clear retest of this high yet. This could be a valid retest, but I like to see a new high. So no, I skip this because it's congestion and the retest is not clear enough. So we skip this. It would have worked, but yeah, we like to take the short setups, right? Range, another, like this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth range, and there's some support here. We're bouncing off the range, going to the upside. This is worth considering, but this strong bullish bar scares me a bit. But we have this high here, tested once, tested twice, and still the bias is still down, I would say. So I would risk this. It's a bounce off the range resistance, back inside the range to test the other side. It would have worked, and we are going lower from here. Some channel working lower. So maybe this was the first break of this bigger channel here, and now we're retesting the lows. By the way, I just saw this. This was the measured move, and see, we hit this measured move pretty much to the tick, and from there it's reversing. Price action works, that's that for sure. Now we're going lower from here. First break of this shorter term channel, but no setup. You can see we're bouncing above the EMA. There's no second entry or something. This is like starting inside of this bar. So nothing we can take. And there's some support here. You can see touch here, touch here, touch here. And we are going higher a bit. There's a higher low here, but it's right inside the highs of the previous highs. So we cannot take it. Going clearly higher here. So maybe this is a bigger channel. Interesting. First entry long. Maybe there's some pullback. First break of this channel, pullback, second entry long. Okay, we have a pullback and this is a second entry long, but it's above the EMA. I would like to see this bar close to the EMA and it's close to these highs. So we cannot take this, but it would have worked. And maybe, wow, maybe there's even a bigger channel like this. Yes, that looks fine to me. Going higher. So maybe really this was the first break, retest of the lows, and now reversal. Could be. Break of the channel. And we're going lower from here. So if I draw this very accurate, like this, touch here, touch here, touch here, touch here, you can see there's a tiny break here, another tiny break and close outside here, retest of the highs. So this channel could be played out already. So no more longs for now. And we're going lower. Some shorter term channel. First break of it. Maybe now some second entry short. That would be nice. No. Wow, this is going back and forth all the time. This is crazy. I told you, this is crazy price action. First break, we need a retest of this channel. No setup, this is a first entry and retest is done. So this channel played out. We still have this channel here intact. You can see it's working lower. First break here, two legs, first leg, pull back, second leg. So we need a retest of the lows of this channel. Are we going higher? This is hard to read, I must say. This is very hard to read. I have like problems in seeing a valid structure. Some little range here. Made a high, touch here, but this is higher than this and also higher than this. So I cannot take a short here because I would like to see this high being lower a bit. So we have to skip this again. And there's a lower high here. But if we extend this, we don't want to short directly in this range support here. By the way, another range to the many that we had before. And prices go lower. We have still the retest open here of this. Okay, this is done. Like this maybe. Oh, we're 29 minutes already and it doesn't seem to finish because today's price action is crazy. I hope you're not so bored from this. Okay, prices working higher here. First break, new high. But yeah, this is a difficult decision now because we have this channel playing here. We have the first break and the retest of the lows. So this channel here could be played out already. Now you can see from the time that I'm thinking about this, it shows you that this is not a clear setup, and whenever we are not sure, we're skipping. Okay, this would have worked out. I really would like to show you some more nice trades, but yeah, just for the reason of showing you something, it's not worth to give you some shitty setup, so I prefer to just skip it then. So yeah, if you are more aggressive than me, this was something to consider, because we had this channel working lower, but it could be also only a retest of this channel here, and this retest was done here with this shorter term uptrend working higher and the first break a new high. This uptrend was played out. Yeah, and if you consider this channel as active with the first break, then we still had the retest of this channel, so this short would make sense. I hope you understood it. If not, then just scroll a few seconds back and listen to it again. Yeah, so we're working lower. The retest is done. Okay. Maybe some bigger downtrend. But I'm not sure how this could look. The shorter term channel here, break new low. This also had a break new low. So we're just continuing right now and see if some clearer structure is forming up. This is a new low, first entry, second entry, but it's above the EMA. For a nice setup, I would like to see it below the EMA. This is a lower high here. If you draw it like this, then you have some key entry point. You can also draw this channel like this. Here, break new high, bounce lower, a lower high here. So if you like to take this and you see this key entry point here, it's below the EMA, it's a nice bearish bar. What makes me afraid of this setup is that we bounced here off the midline from the channel and that we didn't go to the low side here. So yeah, you skip this. It would have worked, but you never know. Okay, we're breaking this. Maybe it's really valid, this channel. Not bad. Yeah, working higher, break new high, and working lower. Okay, maybe a bigger channel like this. First break of the channel and retest done. The lows are here. First break of this shorter term channel with new low. You can see how price action works. Really, I told this last video already. The channels work in the small and in the big channels. It's always the same. Channel, break, new low. Channel, break, new low. Really, you have to find the channels. It's so important. Finding channels, this is an own skill. And if you master it, you always know where prices are going, and you have a very high chance that when you take a trade, that the trade works out. Okay, so we're breaking, working higher here. First break. This is congestion. This is a failure here. So you have this low here. First entry short, second entry short failure, but this is congestion. So yeah, can skip this, even though it have worked out. But the structure is not clear here. We're like in such a strong downtrend here. It broke, we make like couple legs to a new low, and still it's not reversing. So it's even forming a newer channel here. So the price action is very difficult today. If you had problems, or if you have problems in following this, I can understand. And you can see from my markups, there are like not many trades. Okay, let's finish this here to the live price action, and then I can wrap it up. Okay, this is congestion, so there's no real setup. Maybe it's a range, another range, or it's like some spike in channel. It's really hard to say right now where prices are heading to. Let me zoom out a bit. Oh, this is like super small now for you. Wait, let me change some setting. So yeah, I was mentioning this. There was this news event. We had a spike up, failed break out of this range. Most breakouts fail. We came inside, formed this channel here, break, new low. Then forming this channel, make another test of a breakout. This breakout fails again. Forming this channel here, the channel breaks, new low, forming some range. And there were the only two setups that I saw in the morning price action. So this range played out. Then we had this huge sell-off. This huge sell-off here, which is the first measured move that I drew here. Then prices broke out of the range to the low side, came back inside the range, and then we formed this bigger downtrend here. I think this cannot be treated as a break of this channel. This is like just a crazy price action reaction. So I would say this channel here is intact. It's working lower, break, new low, another range, working lower, break, new low, then another range. There was another setup here. This was a triple test. And this is also the first break of this gray channel. And then we wanted to see a retest of the lows, which happened here. Yeah, then going higher here, tiny break, new high, working lower, break, new low. And the rest of the story you know. So yeah, not many setups. I wish I could have shown you like more setups, but sometimes it's like this. When price action is not clear enough, stay out of it. It's not worth taking, especially not when the bars are so big as today. Then with one trade, you risk your weekly profits, and really that hurts a lot. On a Friday, short before the weekend, you deserve a weekend after this hard trading week. And then killing all the profits with only one loser, that's not worth it. So stay with the good risky bars that the risk reward is fitting and is fine for you, and yeah, you will be fine. I hope you liked it. This is a 40-minute video. I'm sorry that it took so long, but with this price action, it's crazy. I cannot sum it up faster because then you will not understand. So I took my time to explain, and yeah, have a good weekend. See you next week.